OCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Nice looking Wednesday morning. Robert Colen is in the studio from On Top of the World Communities, one of our favorite places. I'll probably be there 2 weeks from today watching fireworks.
It's wonderful out there.
And Robert's guest is Russ Adams from The Ranch. We're going to find out what The Ranch is and what Russ does there. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Good. Good to see both of you.
Larry, thank you. Robin, thanks for having us. I'm really excited to have Russ Adams here with me. Russ is the director of the Ranch Health and Fitness Center and Spa, and he's got some great stories that we were going to share with you. But one of the reasons I brought Russ, not just to talk about the ranch, was he's got a great story behind him, and he's just another sign of all the great leadership we have On Top of the World, and all the competency and skills and history and experience. And,
oh, really?
And Russ explains why it's one of the multifaceted things that On Top of the World offers for people, not just who are residents, but the ranch is open to everybody, to the public, and is accessible. In fact, you were talking about the fireworks for Independence Day, and it's right there in front of where the fireworks take place. So
one of the best viewing spots is the front yard of the ranch.
Yeah.
So then I sat on your front lawn.
It's a little harder to get there this year.
That means last year I sat on your front lawn. Yeah.
Okay. That's the best place to be.
That was nice. It was a beautiful spot. Yeah. Who knew? I think it was a well-kept secret. You guys have it all to yourselves. Well, now we've blabbered about it right on the radio. Yeah.
Well, the fireworks, I think we had 5,000 people out there last year.
It was huge. Yeah. So a lot of people.
It's not really much of a secret, but everybody's invited to that as well.
So I went on Father's Day, Russ. I want to tell you this.
Yes, sir.
With my son, we went to eat, and he's in really, really good shape.
Okay.
I am not in really, really good shape. So I said to him, give your old man some ideas. What can I do? He said 2 words: work out.
Stay away from carbs and probably work out. That was good.
Well, he's absolutely right. But the big thing about working out is it's got to be something that you enjoy doing. Okay. So you've got to find an exercise that you want to do.
All right, I have a couple in mind.
You will do faithfully, and it's got to be convenient to get started. Eventually, you'll start working out, and you can say, I drank the Kool-Aid. But you've got to get that first 21 visits to the gym in, because that's when you've created a habit.
Is that your story? I mean, did that happen for you?
Somewhat. I actually had never set foot in a gym/fitness facility till the day I interviewed as director to take over the ranch.
Really?
My background was advertising and business management.
Oh, wow.
So I gave myself 90 days to figure out the business side of it, to make sure that worked for me, to make sure that I worked for the ranch and I was going to be able to fit in.
Really?
And then I showed up in the gym.
And?
It worked.
What was the first thing you gravitated towards?
The first thing I did is hired a personal trainer and made the commitment, and in my story, I had to make the financial commitment. I went ahead and I bought 36 prepaid training sessions with a personal trainer.
Okay.
And then committed to being there at 6 o'clock in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I could work out for an hour, go take a shower, and then
you
go
look
into my
in
office.
Good shape. How did you look before you did this?
I looked okay.
Yeah.
I didn't look as good as I do today.
Okay. Handsome guy. Come on.
It's redistributed a little bit.
Just give me some hope a little bit here.
Yeah, there's all kinds of hope. At 10 years ago, I was 235 pounds on a 5'10", 5'11" frame.
Okay.
I was more round than I am today. What kicked me in the butt was I saw a picture that somebody had taken holding the camera up over their head into the room. And there was this guy in the room, and he had on a T-shirt.
He said, who is that?
And I looked at him when I saw the picture, and I'm going, who is that guy wearing the muumuu? And then I looked really close at his face, and it was me.
Oh, no.
And that was the kick in the butt to lose the weight.
Was that before working for the Top of the World for the ranch?
Way before. That was to get my weight in line. The fitness side and what I've done with my body the last year and a half since I've been at the ranch, that was all truly getting in there and working out, building muscle, and working on everything that has to do with physical fitness.
Can you give us a little footnote and then come back to the story? Who is the personal trainer, and how did you find that person?
Actually, the first trainer that I worked with was Kelly Braley. She was a full-time trainer with the ranch. She is now the director at the Arbor Fitness, which is one of our resident facilities. Kelly was fantastic. She knew that she had to get me first entertained and involved, which she did. And we did a lot of suspension training, which is TRX, where you use your own body weight and cables, basically, in order to work out. It wasn't weights. And she figured out exactly what my personality was to get me excited and to make me want to be there 3 days a week at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
And then from there, because it's part of my job, I have worked with every single one of our personal trainers since then. Mm-hmm. And we'll spend 2 to 3 hours a week working with them so that I get to know their style and understand how they work and who their specialty is. I'm still going to be the same, and they all have to adapt to me because that's what personal training is. Mm-hmm. But if either one of you show up and say, Russ, who should I work with as a personal trainer? I can sit down and have a conversation with y'all. I'm not a fitness professional. That's what Cammie does. And she is awesome. Y'all have met her in the past.
Cammie's been here, yes.
Oh, she's amazing. But I can at least start the counseling with you. What do you like to do? How do you like to work out? Are you a fast pace? Or are you slow pace? And then with my experience with the personal trainers, I can then get you headed in the right direction. Because if you're just starting out on fitness, you've got to make a commitment to yourself, and it always helps to have somebody there with you.
Was there, for lack of a better way to ask this, was there a trick? Like, was there something you told yourself that got you up at 6 a.m. and got you doing what you needed to do?
No, not really. It was part of my job.
It was just you made a commitment, and is that your personality? When you make a commitment, you stick to it?
Yes, and it's I guess it's just how I was brought up. Work is work. And that is one of my biggest commitments that I've always made. I spent 30 years in an industry and 30 years basically with the same company when you really get down to it. And that was the commitment, and that's what got me to make the physical fitness commitment.
So I have a personal question.
Sure.
I'm going to give you a little tiny little story. Robin was watching this film the other day, this documentary about these 4 women in a rowable boat, not a canoe, but a big canoe, fancy canoe.
The rowers.
And they were going they were going from San Francisco to Australia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. So their food was 5,000 calories a day. That's their allotment for themselves, which sounds like a lot if you're not rowing a canoe for 20 hours a day, whatever, right? So that's where this question comes from. Do you count calories? Is that part of what you do? And do you even count negative calories when you're exercising? Do you say, oh, I just burned off 300 calories?
I don't count calories. I do read labels. And I do eat a lot of as much fresh food as I can. But if I do buy packaged food, it is all portion controlled. So I know exactly what I'm getting. Carbs is what I typically
see that
count.
I like that too. I know we're supposed to eat from the produce section, but I like the package. Robert was mentioning the new eyeglasses, and I recently got new eyeglasses. That's why you caught my attention.
They look great on you, by the way.
Well, thank you. And I can see better. That's even better. But a year ago, going back to my Father's Day story, I went with my son to the same restaurant, and I couldn't read the menu because my eyes weren't so good, and I didn't have great glasses. And so I ordered whatever he ordered. When I went this past Sunday, I could read everything, and I said, "Oh, they got the calories up there." I didn't even know they had that. So they said, "What do you order by? The price or the calories? What do you look for?" So it seems like it's an important thing in today's world to know how many calories everything is.
It makes a lot of sense because you know what you're burning off, whether you're active or not active, and what you're looking to do. The only time I've really counted calories is when I was trying to lose weight 10 years ago. And then it was a 1,600 calorie a day diet.
Wow.
You have to count if you're trying to do that. I mean, it's amazing when you really start reading the labels and reading the menus.
It is amazing, yeah.
Even fast food.
So take us to the point in time when you started working out at the ranch to now. and with this question in mind, do you have the ability now to do something you couldn't do then? Because I'll give you an example of something I want to be better at. When we go to New York, there's a lot of walking up and down the subway stairs. And after a while, it's like, I don't want to walk up and down. And when I was a kid, I could do that with no problem. So I want that back. I want to be able to do that again.
There's no doubt that you can make that happen. And the way you're going to have to do that is more aerobic activity. And that's going to come in from either working with a personal trainer that's going to come up with a highly motivational program that keeps you moving constantly. Also group fitness. Robin would be the perfect candidate for most of our group fitness classes. They're mostly female. But I show up. I have taken every group fitness class we teach.
Why are they mostly female? Men just stay away?
I think the guys, well, first off, the guys are intimidated. Because
I've done Zumba there before.
Thank you.
Hard. Done
That was so discoordinated there.
Zumba, beat, Pilates, all of it is fantastic, and it targets different parts of your body. But the big thing it's always going to hit is the aerobic side, and that's where you're getting worn out running up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
Your muscles can handle it because they carry you every day.
So you guys are open to everybody, not just people who live out on top of the world, huh?
Yes, we are open to the public. We actually, Monday through Friday, we open at 5:30 in the morning, and we're there until 9 o'clock in the evening, Monday through Thursday. Friday nights we do close at 8. On the weekends, the hours shorten up a little bit. Saturday is 7 to 5, and Sunday is 8 to 4.
One of the really unique things about the ranch is the indoor swimming pool that we have. It's not really a swimming pool, but
It's not. You can swim in it, but it actually is a warm water exercise pool. We keep the pool at 92 to 93 degrees all the time.
It's really warm for a
Oh
pool.
my.
Yeah.
It's really warm.
And it maxes out at about 5 feet deep in the dead center. It's very unusual to be in one of those classes and you're sitting there treading water and you're sweating from your chest up.
Oh my.
Really?
It's
Is the water circulating, flowing?
constantly.
So you like swimming against the current?
No, you're not fighting the current at all. You're actually treading water where you're at and doing the exercise. You have an instructor that's up on deck that is telling you what you're doing and is leading you through all the exercise. And we can handle up to about 30 people in the pool.
When people start this out and then they come to see you and you recommend a fitness trainer, do you also ask them to bring the list of medications that they're on?
Yes, that's one of the things that the personal trainer will do and go through with them is an entire interview that will ask, what are your current conditions?
Really?
What kind of condition are you in? Are you on any medications? And if you've got any severe conditions, we may request that you go back to your doctor and get a release so that we know exactly what your limitations are, because that's the last thing we want to do is try to make you better and actually make you worse.
And then after some point, are you released by the personal trainer because you've got this mindset that this is going to be your maintenance for the rest of your life?
If you've made that commitment and you can do that, it's
And that's what you've
definitely there. Personally, I enjoy it. I need the accountability. I'm working with a personal trainer that we hired last November. Totally different personality, totally different tactic than any of the others I've worked with. I need that commitment that I'm going to go see the personal trainer.
Are you a different person now because of this?
I can't say that I'm a different person.
Yeah.
But
do the
I
people
feel,
who know you feel like you are?
Yes, I get comments from people regularly.
You got a confidence about you. That seems like that's probably been always who you are, right?
Yeah,
And that's a compliment. I don't hope.
I appreciate that, and I'm not
I think
shy.
Robert cringed a little bit.
Well, no, mine was that, and probably Russ could tell you better stories, but we've seen residents that have lived in on top of the world who go to the ranch and they've been overweight and they've been in corporate life. And I think Cammie Dennis has talked about this before, and they'll go there and they've transformed their life, like you're saying. And they've gone from being a very stagnant lifestyle where they're at work, they're in the office, they're looking at a computer screen, and then they retire, or so-called retire.
See, that's the thing. I hate to be the yeah but guy, because whenever somebody needs help and I give them a really solid suggestion, they say, well, I'd like to do that, but, so it's a yeah but guy. So here's my yeah but moment.
Okay.
How do I do 6 o'clock a.m. when I'm here? I mean, how does work, how do I fit it in?
You come afterwards.
Are you 24 hours a day?
No, we're not. We're actually open at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And they're till 9 o'clock in the evening during the week.
Okay, so your 6 o'clock could be my 6 p.m.
It very well could. I don't do 6 p.m. I'm a morning person.
But there is somebody there at 6 p.m.
Somebody is there until 9 o'clock at night.
Wow.
And our personal trainers manage their own schedules. They will typically run, I've got 2 full-times that are running at least 40 hours a week working with clients. And then I have 1 part-time that's on staff right now, as well as we have some independent contractors. So we have somebody that can target pretty much any need.
And Larry, when you're there, you can get your nails done. You can get your hair,
there you
hair
go.
done.
Hair, maybe.
You can get your
Nails, no.
manicure. You can do probably a pedicure. Right? You can get a massage.
You don't do that, do you?
Is that the
It's-
other part?
it's the luxury of the job.
Spa is that the other part where you say it's not just fitness, but it's the spa?
Well, it's the Ranch Fitness Center, spa, and salon.
And then what
So-
do you do in the spa part?
In the spa, we have massage, we have
Confused.
body treatments, we do facials. It can be anything from extremely relaxing in a hot stone type situation, or you can do deep tissue athletic. It's somebody that is working out a lot and they've got knots in their muscles, those can be released. And when we get to the salon side, that's where the nails come in. And yes, I do get my nails done, and I get a manicure and
Robert,
a
do you get your nails
pedicure.
done?
I never.
No, that's
I can't say never.
Okay, let's see.
I do my.
It's
own
not
nails.
bad. It's not bad, Robert. You're doing pretty good on your own. But
What about toenails,
I bet the toes won't match up.
No, I trim them.
Okay. There is something that is the first time you do it as a guy.
Yeah.
And putting your hands out and letting somebody clean your nails and push your cuticles back and everything else. It's a little strange the first couple times.
Yeah.
But look at people that deal with their hands a lot, typically in sales.
Right.
Yeah.
Where their hands are a focus as they're showing something. Attorneys, they are always in getting their nails done. There's no way they keep their hands looking as well as most of them do.
I'm going to hide my hands.
That's okay.
Well, this is
Someday
really,
you'll take the chance.
well, this is really wonderful because Robert, you're in great shape, but your job, you have to be moving all over the place.
I spend a lot
all
of time
the
behind the
acres and
computer.
everything.
Yeah. My exercise is chasing after 3 kids. so.
Yeah, there you go. But once the children are gone, like mine are gone and married and everything, you slow down and then you forget what it was like to really be fit because it was not any work. But if you go and have a personal trainer, like you said, Russ, after you get through the first few times, then it's like fun.
It's a blast. I can remember about 90 days in, because it hurt the first month, and it was a pain the second month. And somewhere toward the end of the 3rd month is when I started telling people I drank the Kool-Aid.
Oh.
And I may have
Terrible
gone,
reference, though.
I know, but I may have gone a little bit overboard because I was 3 hours
We
a
got to
week.
fix that metaphor, that reference. So.
We can work on
I
that.
don't know what else to compare it
But
to.
3 hours, go ahead.
What?
No, I was 3 hours a week with a personal trainer,
Yeah.
at least 3 hours a week in one of our classes, and then going into the gym on my own and doing some additional work.
How much on your own?
Probably about another 3 hours. So I was
Wow.
9 hours a week.
It's like he gets paid to exercise.
I know, this is great.
There are people that think that, but they have no idea what time I get there in the morning and leave.
Yeah,
in
but
the
that doesn't
afternoon.
really sound like a lot. 9 hours in a week. That sounds pretty good, actually.
How many hours do you exercise in a week?
None.
Oh, okay.
You know, you should just walk around the mall once or twice when you're done with your job.
I should. I actually go to your place. I go to Shalom Park.
Oh, okay, well that'll work.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
I do that, but it's not like what you're talking about, though. It sounds like you need more.
You have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And if going out and walking a mile a day or 2 or 3 times a week, that's a start.
That's the beginning.
And then once you get that, you can start adding on days, you can start adding on distance, you can start increasing speed. It's whatever, like I said in the beginning, whatever you like and does not turn you off because you have to enjoy
So
it.
do you do other things that you didn't do that are not at the ranch? Like do you ride horses or anything? Any physical activity now that you have taken up outside? Like, do you shoot hoops and things like that?
No, not really.
No?
Nothing that I haven't done in the past.
So you pretty
No.
much stick to what's at the ranch. Huh.
Yes. As direct exercise. There's a lot of things. I like to work in the yard, and my stamina's built up, and I can get out there and spend more time in the yard than I could 2 years ago. I can lift things I couldn't a year ago. There's a lot of
Is
things.
there anything you do as an exercise that you do, but you really don't like doing?
All of it.
Really?
Yeah, I enjoy it on some level, but it's that motivational thing.
Really?
It's not that
Like what? Like lifting weights or what?
lifting weights. It's not like I want to go in there and sit there and do the bench press for 30 or 45 minutes.
Do you know what we learned though? Okay, when you're in shape, you're a better blood donor, and we donate blood, you should know.
Yeah, every
You're
week.
a better blood donor when you're in shape, and we give it all the time, so we manage to get the blood out. But I guess it would flow easier. They'd be able to find the vein easier. I don't know. That's not enough of a motivation, I guess, to get in shape. But it's something I would like to. Because my son, he can donate blood, no problem.
Sure.
He's got my DNA, I guess.
So when people come to you on their first visit and you
Yes.
assess them and assign them a trainer, then do they max out sometimes on the one trainer and then they come back to you for another assessment and then you recommend another type of trainer?
That's more left up to the individual member when they're working with their trainers. I have only seen people change trainers when we've had a change in employment.
Oh, okay.
If we had a trainer that moved or left and they had to go to somebody else. Personal trainer is first. Personal. You've got to pick somebody that you like. Pick somebody that's going to be able to motivate you, that understands you, and you have a common goal there. Once you've got that, it's not something that changes much. Only reason I change trainers is it's part of my job.
One of the cool things there's quite a few employees that go there and they'll work out during lunch, and they can shower. They provide the shampoo and the soap for you. They can use the sauna and the steam room. Those things are great to use, and then they cool off with the shower and they go right back to work. So you have that hour you can exercise, do all the things that are nice, refresh yourself, and then
that's
get back to
wonderful.
work. So
And that's one of the things that does make us unique. We actually not only provide the shampoos and the soaps, but
Towels.
toothpaste and towels. And
Really?
and we have a full linen service. I've got an awesome staff.
and water with like fruit in it or something.
Yes, we actually have water that's infused with lemons and limes.
Oh, no, I gotta
think
go
I
do
am
this.
Sam's biggest customer. Buying lemons and limes.
I have to go and
Well,
do
you
this.
did a great job getting us wanting to do this. All right, so how do we do this? Russ Adams is here from the ranch, which is a fitness center
Fitness center, spa, and salon.
in on top of the world, and we'll be on your lawn 2 weeks from today watching fireworks.
Yes, you will.
And the address
And we are actually located at Southwest 80th Avenue and Southwest 80th Street.
Yes,
Inside Circle Square Commons. And we are the very first building. The Circle Square Cultural Center is under construction right now. So you have to come around that to get to our front doors right now because the front access is closed. But you can't miss the ranch once you're out there.
Do you play golf?
I personally don't, but that's something that I'm going to have to take up soon because
Why?
Why I have to take it up?
Yeah.
We have 54 holes of golf.
Oh, you just want to?
property. I want to do it.
Oh,
I
okay.
want to learn.
I thought maybe Robert was making you.
I don't play that much.
Yeah, that any of us don't play as employees out there. We should because we've got 3 great golf courses. Candler's fantastic.
I guess my question about the golf is, since you don't play, the question isn't necessary, but maybe you know somebody where it did make a difference. Did it make a difference? Are you better at the game once you get a little bit better in shape?
We actually do golf clinics for our residents
Oh, wow.
at the Rec
Nice.
Center and at Arbor Fitness, where we actually, and it is completely tailored by Cammie and her team to actually help with our residents and help them improve their game by improved body dynamics.
Even
and
everything from
mechanics.
how to pick up the ball, so you're not hurting your back, or how, if you have a stressed back or legs, just even how to pick up the ball that she deals with. So everything on how to play golf at an accelerated age, I guess.
I love that.
Advanced
This
age.
is great.
Accelerated age.
Advanced age. Yeah.
By the way, Robin is the fastest walker you're ever going to walk with. I thought I was fast, but you walk through this mall, she's knocking people over. You go to New York City where everybody walks fast, she's knocking them over.
Yeah, I got a good stride.
Thank you for sharing this with us, Robert. You always do a good job getting us to want to move to where you are. Robert already lives across the street from you, so that's why I'm down there all the time. Robert Colen, Russ Adams, thank you. Again, a good phone number to call for the ranch?
861-8180.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Fox News Radio.